Okay, so welcome to this webinar. It's the third one that we've hosted so far, and we've called them the kind of Wednesday webinars. So this one is about our 16 plus study programs, and I'm going to be joined by Jenny Craig and Claire Juler. So as before, we're going to try and record the event, and if you join us, actually you join us anonymously, so all we see is the questions that you might pose, and you find those in the little kind of icon at the bottom right, I think, on your screens. So ping us a question at any point through the morning, and we'll attempt to answer it. So I'm going to introduce our participants first off, and then they'll say a few words, and then we'll go to questions. So I'm going to introduce Jenny Craig and get her to say a few words about her role and what we're going to do today. Okay, Jenny, you're live.
Morning everybody, and welcome to this, I think, is our third Wednesday webinar. So my name's Jenny Craig and I'm Vice Principal for Curriculum and Quality here at Abingdon Witney College. It's a bit like a deputy head of a school, and my responsibility is to make sure that the teaching and learning that our students receive is of the highest possible quality, and that the curriculum and all of our programmes that we offer absolutely ensure that our students progress to the next steps in their career journey. So today's a really good opportunity for you to find out anything you want to about the study programmes we offer. And those are essentially our programmes for students aged between 16 and 19 and consist of lots of different subjects at lots of different levels. So anything that you want to know about those, please just ask during this Wednesday webinar.
Okay, thank you. And then Claire.
Hi everybody, my name's Claire. So I'm Curriculum Manager at Common Leys Farm campus. So I have the fun job of overseeing all of our land-based courses at Abingdon Witney College. So that includes animal, equine, countryside and agriculture. So if you have any questions about those sorts of courses and what you might get up to and what levels there are and what sort of facilities we have at the farm campus, then I'm here to help you with those.
Okay, thanks for that. So we're going to go to our first question, which is: my son's unsure as to apply to plumbing or electrical courses. Can he apply for more than one course? So if I put that to Jenny.
Hi, yes, that's a really good question. Absolutely, you should apply for any courses that you are particularly interested in, but we'd really like you to try and give a preference if there's one that you're particularly interested in. As it happens, both of those courses are contained within the same construction curriculum area, and so you can let your interviewer know that you're interested in both of those, find out a bit more about them, and then you can decide which course that you want to start studying with us. I would say as well that we know that it is difficult sometimes to be absolutely sure on the specific course that you want to apply for right at the beginning. And so if after a couple of weeks you find that actually the course that you've applied for and are starting on isn't quite right for you, then please just talk to your course leader and we'll arrange that you can perhaps have a taster of a different course. And we do allow students to switch between courses right at the beginning of their study programme.
Okay, I think there's a little follow-up to that one, Jenny, which is I don't think he's going to get his English and maths, but he's thinking of applying for a level 3 course. So would he be able to do a level 3 course without English and maths?
So again, another good question. So the vast majority of our level 3 programmes would require that you have at least one of your GCSEs in maths or English at grade 4 or above. Some need both, so I would ask that you look at your the specific course information on the website, or when you speak to one of our course leaders, find out exactly what you need for your particular course. If you don't have your English and maths, that's absolutely fine. What we would do is recommend that you start with us on a level 2 study programme in the particular area that you're interested in, and we will build into your timetable the ability to seamlessly retake your GCSE English and Maths. So they won't be seen as add-ons, they'll be integrated into your timetable. Lots of students with us are also retaking their English and Maths GCSEs. We make sure that it's not like school. This is a retake class, so we absolutely concentrate with you on what you specifically need additional support with to make sure that you can be successful next time.
Okay, thank you for that. Right, okay, so we have another question. This is a very general kind of question, is what could I study at Common Leys Farm? What kind of courses do you do there? So potentially a good one for Claire.
Hiya. Yeah, a good question from me. So at Common Leys Farm, we run animal care courses. So we run them at a level 1 and level 2, so 1-year courses. Then we run animal management courses at a level 3, so that's a 2-year course, the equivalent of your A levels. Then we do the same in horse care. So you can do a level 1 or level 2 horse care, or a level 3 horse management qualification. We do the same in agriculture, and we also do a level 1 and level 2 in countryside management as well. So you've got a range of different options there. So if you are very keen in horses, in looking after horses, if you ride horses or you've just got a love of horses, then the horse care option would be the one for you. If you really love being outside, getting your hands dirty, working on the land, really interested in British wildlife, in conservation, then countryside is the one for you. And if you're interested in working with machinery or driving tractors, then countryside is probably the one for you. Agriculture, that one is a really farm livestock base. So if you're interested in rearing production animals, so if you're interested in caring and rearing production animals, if you're interested in farming, or you're a smallholder, or you just want to see what the farming industry is like, then agriculture would be a good one for you. And then animal care is quite a broad one. So students that join our animal care courses have quite a range of different interests. So that will sort of cater for people that have interest in domestic animals like your dogs and your cats, but also for people that have an interest in reptiles as well, and the more exotic animals. So we really do have something for all people that like to be outside, hands-on, have an interest in wildlife, in animals, in the countryside, in the land. Those are the sort of courses you'll find at Common Leys. You can find more information about the individual courses and subject areas on the website, or you can drop us an email, and then when you have your interview, once you've applied, you'll get to know exactly what your particular subject area will cover, what sort of modules you're doing, how it's assessed and things like that. So that just gives you a brief overview of what subjects we cover at Common Leys Farm.
Okay. Thank you for that, Claire. There was one follow-up question that's come in. My daughter met somebody at the Blenheim Horse Trials last year, and they said that we do a thoroughbred management course. Could you tell me something about that? Yeah.
Am I live? Yep, so we work with Oxford Brookes University for our degree programmes, and we're quite unique in that we do 2 BSc in equine science, and one is really based on thoroughbred racehorse. So we do our BSc in equine science and thoroughbred racehorse management, and that's a 4-year degree. So you need to have A levels or a level 3 equivalent to go on to it. It's a 4-year BSc honours degree. based at Oxford Brookes University, but you do come over to Common Leys Farm campus to do your practical stuff, your hands-on with the horses. It's taught by industry experts, but also equine research specialists as well. So a lot of the lecturers are actually doing active research and publishing papers and books as well. So you'll get a lot of insight into that side of things. And then we have a small thoroughbred stud at Common Leys Farm. So we have a little band of brood mares, and we breed race horses for the sales. So you'll also get to come and see how that all works. So you can definitely do a thoroughbred degree at Oxford Brookes University with Abingdon and Witney College. You get the best of both worlds. So you're an Oxford Brookes University student, but you're also an Abingdon and Witney College student. You can find out all the information about the degree courses on our website as well, or you could go via Oxford Brookes University's website, and that will also give you the information about the degree courses. They'll have a breakdown about the modules, so you can see what sorts of topics you'll learn, and you can see the difference between the BSc in equine science versus the BSc in equine thoroughbred management. So you can see the difference in the two different qualifications there as well. So please go and have a look on our website about our degrees, or on Oxford Brookes University's website about our degrees.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much for that, Claire. And then looking down, there's one that's come in about, I've been talking to my son about his future and been getting a bit confused about what the different levels mean. Could somebody explain how they work? So I think this is probably a good one for Jenny.
Don't think I'm live yet, Greg.
No, it's just there you go. Now you are.
Yes, levels can be quite confusing. It's something that we talk about quite a lot in further education and higher education, but not something that's really referred to in schools. So if I give you a bit of a rundown, that might help. So you're probably very used to GCSEs. So 5 GCSEs at grade 4 to 9 are equivalent to a full level 2 study programme here at the college. 3 A-levels are equivalent to a full 2-year level 3 programme here at the college. And then our sort of pre-GCSE programmes are at level 1 and below. So it probably helps in terms of letting you know the entry requirements for each level. So if you join us with 5 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, usually including English or maths, then you normally would be eligible to study on a level 3 programme with us. Those then often lead to university applications and acceptance, or perhaps going into an apprenticeship or going directly into an employment. If you join us with 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above, then you would normally join us on a level 2 programme. And then if you've got fewer than 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above, you would normally join us on an entry or a level 1 programme.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that. I'm just going to have a little look at, right, there's a question that's come in about what kind of trips do students go on if they're studying at Common Leys Farm. So clearly a question for Claire.
Brilliant question. Yeah, so obviously in the light of the recent pandemic, we're a bit restricted, but I can give you some examples of the trips that we would have done previously. And then once we're allowed to go further afield again, we'll be back up and running and doing all those trips again very soon. So it depends on what course you're on, because each course and each level, of course, has slightly different trips. But for example, the animal care course will often go to Crufts, the International Dog Show, and we did manage that before college closure. We would go to lots of different animal collections. So we have a lot locally that we can go to. So like Crocodiles of the World, we would quite regularly take level 3 students there. The wildlife park, that's very handy for us because the keepers do lots of good talks and tours for us there. But then we also go a bit further afield. So we have been to Tiggy Winkles, so we've been to West Midlands Safari Park and Longleat. And the important thing to note about the trips is whilst they're good fun, they're all linked to your modules and what you're studying. So there's always a reason. So the course leader will have a good plan as to why they need to take you to certain places to see certain animal collections. With agriculture, it's very much about getting you to the markets, so getting you out to the livestock markets, getting you out to local farmers that farm on a bigger scale than us. So dairy farms, very important that we get you out to local dairy farms. And we have quite a lot of local dairy farmers that are very keen to show students around. So we go out to the local dairy farms quite frequently. Countryside courses, we've been to Batsford Arboretum because you get to see all the trees and everything there, but you also can go and play with the birds of prey because that's something you will cover on your countryside courses. So if you're interested in falconry and using birds of prey for pest control, we'll also take you out to some game reserves so you can see how game management takes place and you can see the deer management at those local game reserves, so like Cornbury Park. Countryside management guys also go to a local farmer's property to do some land work for him, so some hedge cutting, hedge laying, that sort of thing. So working trips, so you do working trips as well as visiting trips. Equine and horse care, again, lots of fun things. So there's the general trips like going to Red Wings or the Blue Cross to talk about welfare issues, current welfare issues. But then also there's the really fun stuff like going and playing polo and going vaulting. The equine students absolutely love those trips where they're actually hands-on, getting lessons with industry experts. And then there's going to places like Olympia and the Horse of the Year show. So a real variety of different trips there, all tailored to support your education and to make sure that we can show you really what's out there in industry. So the trips are not just jollies, they are there for you to learn. You'll not normally have some sort of research topic to do on or around the trip, and you'll get hands-on with the employers, so they'll be able to show you what they do and why they do it. So lots of fun trips. So trips for us are a big thing. And then there's the big conservation safari trip that if you're interested in, if you're a level 3 or above student, we go out once a year to South Africa. We work on a game reserve and you're there to work. So you do things like filling in potholes in the roads and cutting down prickly pear, invasive flora species. But you also get to see all the wonderful animals that are out there as well and have a fantastic time. So there's lots and lots of trips going. And so as soon as we're given the go ahead to travel again, they'll be back up and running. I hope that helps.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Claire. Right, we've got another question that's come in. I've got a part-time job. Is there a lot of coursework outside of college time? So I think probably this is a good one for Jenny to answer.